Hi, this is Lecture 6, and in this lecture we're going to talk about voice leading when chords move by a third or a second. I've put up a new chord progression, this time in the key of C, which moves from 1 to 6 to 4 to 5. This is a very commonly used chord progression. You may recognize it as the chord progression in Heart and Soul. In any case, what that means is you're going from a C major chord to an A minor chord to an F major chord to a G major chord. And you can probably see that this means first you're going to go by a third and then another third, and then you're going to go up by a second. I'm going to put in the one chord, and I'm going to choose the C as my soprano note. And I'm going to put the other voices close below that. So the altos will have G, and the tenors will have E. And again, this E is the same as this E here. So they're as close as they can get their those top three voices. So we noted already that chords that are a third apart have two common tones. Here we have C, E, G and A, C, E, so C and E are common tones. So we find those in those upper voices and we keep them. So the sopranos have C, they're going to stay there. The E is in the tenors, so they're going to stay where they are, which leaves only one voice, other than the bass, to move. And that's the altos, they have G. Well, what note is now missing? It's the A, and you can see that's really close by. So they just move up a step from the G to the A. We can then do the same thing, going from A, C, E to F, A, C. You can see that A and C are kept. So once again, the sopranos get to stay where they are. The altos now have one of the common tones, so they stay where they are. And now it's the tenors who move. And again, because we're going down by third, they go up a step to the F. So pretty easy to move by third because you have two notes that just stay where they are and one that changes. What about when you go by step? When we go from our F, A, C chord to our G, B, D chord, there are no common tones. What we do not want is for everybody to just move up, because that's very clumsy and it means that we kind of lose our sense that there's independent voices. It's just a chord moving around. It can sound really cool, like the beginning of Lean on Me, or by like some music by composers like Ravel. But in this style, we want our voices to sound like they're moving against each other as well as with each other. So the way to do this is, if the bass is coming up by step, everybody else moves down by step and finds the nearest note of this chord. So this is G, B, D. So we come down. The sopranos are on C. Right away, they come to a B. That's in the chord. The altos are on A. Right away, they come to G. And then finally, the tenors are on F, and they do have to move a little bit further than down a third from where they are. They find D. And then finally, if we wanted to continue to the tonic, we could have the common tone, the G, kept. That's in the altos. And the other two voices find the E and the C And you can see that the D and the B will easily move to those notes. The other thing you might notice is that we started in close voicing and we stayed that way. So following these standard connections, you just stay in whatever voicing you're in. These aren't your only options, but these are the most normal ways to connect these chords. I want to point out one more thing, which is that voice leading in minor keys is the same, although you do have to watch out a little bit. I'm going to put this now into not C major, but C minor. That's going to change the qualities of my chords. My 1 is now minor, and my 6 is now major. My 4 will be minor, and my final 1 will also be minor. However, I will keep my 5 major, so the way that I do that is to write in the leading tone, and the leading tone to C is B natural. So when we're in minor, we use our harmonic minor scale to get these harmonies. Other than that, the voices move the same way. So those are the way to move from one chord to a chord a third away. Just keep those common tones, and then somebody moves very small amount, a step. And then when you're moving by a second, such as 4 to 5, then you'll want to move the upper voices contrary to the bass. The bass is going up by steps, so the upper voices will come down. And again, they go a short distance, step or a third. Okay, the last video will be about, now that you know what to do, the things not to do. So, see you in class.